So I tried to explain a little bit about what I want you to do in this assignment, obviously in the text, but let me show you a little bit more clearly with a little bit of video. So this assignment follows the two previous assignments that you did on layouts. The first one you should have done is where you sketched out a layout, hopefully basing that on Bauhaus ideas and Bauhaus themes, and how you would incorporate yearbook content into that. The second one was where you took magazines and you did basically that same thing, but instead of sketching, you're cutting up pictures and blocks of text and stuff from magazines. This one, you're taking it one step further. We're going to be building our book digitally using the computer and tools on it, so obviously we need to start doing that digitally. So same thing, build a layout that hopefully resembles Bauhaus themes and ideas with content that you've found. So I've given two different locations, well, one location alongside a link of other locations. I followed one of the links from here, The Atlantic in Focus, and I found this particular one. I've already gone through and pulled some images that I like and that I think I want to use, and I'm going to try to construct a layout rather quickly in Photoshop. So I have Photoshop open already. I'll do File New. 17 by 11 is the size it should be because that's 2 pages side by side. And when you're designing, you're not designing a single page because there's never, well, you might be designing a single page, but there's always content next to it. It's never by itself. There's always something on that other page. So I want you to design based on that idea of how things will be side by side. Resolution, if it was for print, we would use 300, but this is just for design work, just to get some ideas out there and to give you some feedback on your designs before you're using your actual content, before you're using photos and stuff from the school. So I'm just going to hit OK. You don't have to use Photoshop. You can use different software if you're more comfortable with it, because this is just for creating ideas, but I'm comfortable with Photoshop. I have my rulers up, which you can toggle right here. The reason I mentioned that is because I like to drag a ruler right into the middle, so that way I know that this is the spine of the book, because I don't want anyone's face there, and I don't want any text there, because it'll be hard to see. It won't be great. First thing I think I'll do is I'm going to create like a background color. So a lot of Bauhaus stuff has sort of this old paper color to it, so maybe somewhere around there. Of course, that's because a lot of Bauhaus material is old, since, 1920s and 30s, but that's okay. And now I want to start actually designing stuff. So these are the photos that I've chosen, and I'm not sure entirely which one I most want to use, but I know I definitely want to use this in a similar fashion to one of the examples from last year. So if we go to this year's theme, Bauhaus, there was this academics idea, and I'm thinking that that hand with the robot hand going on there could be sort of the equivalent for this. You should be looking at things when you're designing. You shouldn't just be doing it from scratch. So if you haven't looked at these in a while, maybe look at them. You can also look at some of the stuff from here, the layout ideas, the Pinterest pages. So that might give you some ideas as well. And even that file I just looked at the very top, these were the different designs that this student used that helped to kind of inspire what they ended up creating. So I think I'm going to start with this because it's obviously very eye-catching. I think I'm going to make this sort of my central big image. Usually you want to have some sort of dominant element that's going to capture people's attention, and what's going to do that more than a T-Rex?